My name's Nigel Thompson. I come from Bradford in Yorkshire, which was very much the big wool textile city. And I was sent here when I was 19 years old. I wasn't 20. And I also noticed that it was appreciated. To be a woolman in Biella, it was still something which was appreciated. In Bradford, it was not appreciated. Nobody knew what a woolman was in Bradford anymore. But in Biella, yes, because the textile industry was very, very dynamic in the 80s.
Ricordo nella mia giovinezza, negli anni delle scuole, dell'università, era una Biella molto più operosa, con tantissime aziende produttive, tantissimi operai.
Dopodiché la fabbrica chiude, la crisi biellese si fa molto sentire prima rispetto alla crisi economica del 2009, quella mondiale, e quindi tutte le attività si spostano dal contesto biellese, quindi anche da Mieliano, verso altri paesi come la Romania.
Questo qui era la sala di tessitura dell'anificio Botto, che ha chiuso negli anni '80, e qui c'erano tutti i telai. Qui per terra potete vedere delle macchie che ci sono, e su ognuna di queste macchie c'era un telaio che lavorava.
I sort of find myself in a situation where I had to change. I had to make a big change in my life because the company I was working for was going in what for me was the wrong direction. And I had to change. And I could not oblige the company to change. That was wrong. I was the one who had to pull out. And it was very, very difficult for me. But it had to be done. So basically, in 2 weeks, after 25 years working for the same company, I got up from my chair, out from my desk, and I left the company. I had a wife, a mortgage, 2 small children, and I was out of work for the first time in my life. But I was always optimistic. I was always confident that things would change. And after 3 months, things did change. I found myself working for another factory, an Italian factory. I didn't have a lot of success. The only success I had was farmers. They kept ringing me up and they said, listen, can you scour some wool for me? And I said, yeah, sure. They said, what's the minimum quantity? Oh, you do 10 tons, 10,000 kilos of wool. He says, I've only got 300 sheep. I said, sorry. I just put the phone down. After about 15 of these telephone calls, I said, well, I went to the owner and I said, I'm receiving all these telephone calls from farmers. And they're coming up with all these ideas to process their wool. And can we do something? I said, yes, let's try and put together what we call a wool washing program. Like you have on a washing machine. You press the button, your wool program. So we did that. And I suddenly found myself in a world which I didn't expect. I didn't even know it actually existed, this world. Farmers who wanted to process their own wool into a finished product. So I spoke to a few friends of mine and they said, let's give it a try. I really did think, I don't want to brag about this, but I knew where it would end up.
E così nel 2009 arriva Nigel, abbiamo iniziato a vedere che trasportava lana, arrivavano camion di lana, però non abbiamo mai ben compreso.
Ah, ci sei? Bene. Dimmi esattamente dove sei. I have also got the kind of a license to be able to set the fire extinguishers off if anything happens. I have a driving license to drive the forklift trucks. And if it rains, it doesn't matter because the truck has got to go away again, so I have to unload the truck. It doesn't matter what time of the day. I try to make sure the worker is here. If he's not here, I change my coat and I put on my raincoat, and then I load the truck.
Nigel, attraverso il consorzio Biella de Wool Company, raccoglie tutte le lane che altrimenti verrebbero scartate dai pastori locali, ma non solo, perché il consorzio raccoglie lane provenienti da tutta Italia e da tutta Europa. Quindi questa lana viene depositata in alcuni spazi dell'anificio, e da qui inizia il lavoro di Nigel. Inizia a selezionare la lana, quella migliore viene rivenduta, ricommercializzata, e quindi Nigel e il consorzio Biella de Wool Company, oltre quindi a trasformare in prodotto quello che potrebbe essere considerato un rifiuto, ne traccia anche tutto il percorso, tutta la filiera.
This is wool from some of it is from Wiesel, some of it is from the other surrounding areas, which, as you all know, it was fairly badly hit by the earthquake. Now, if we look at some of the wool, this is what we have, and we have to try and identify what it is. And this is wool from a milk sheep. Very little value. Somebody in 2004 or 2005 in Europe, the bureaucrats decided that wool is not a raw material. Strange, I always thought it was a raw material, wool. It's going to be a byproduct. Then somebody said, let's not call it a byproduct. We're cleverer than that. Let's call it waste. Now, waste has got various definitions. This is not a waste. Waste is a domestic waste. Waste is something which can only be thrown away. It is no longer part of our life.
Tutto giorno siamo fuori, chiediamo. Solo che adesso è un po' bagnato, un po' di paciocco. Avevo cominciato, avevo forse 2 anni e mezzo con una, col biberone, con latte della mucca, e da lì uno con l'altro siamo arrivati a quasi 500. Sì, è una malattia questa, è una malattia, perché se non provi qualcosa non lo fai, devi avere soddisfazione, qualcosa, perché altrimenti stare qua 24 ore su 24 non è facile. Sì, io e mio fratello. No, siamo parecchi. Sono amici e nemici, come tutti i mestieri.
It takes a lot of vision, it takes more than anything willpower. It doesn't take a lot of money. It just takes this common sense. This is wool, this is a raw material. We cannot consider it as being waste at all.
Conosciamo Nigel, lo conosco, ecco, non benissimo, ma ci conosciamo, apprezziamo quello che fa, perché veramente è una persona che dimostra sensibilità, amore per il proprio lavoro e attaccamento a Biella, perché veramente sarebbe scappato chiunque dalla realtà, invece lui è lì che lotta, che ci lavora, e che fa delle cose belle, con attenzione al territorio biellese, che da biellese apprezzo tantissimo. E a noi è piaciuta tantissimo questa storia, abbiamo detto ma perché non proviamo a fare un tessuto con una lana biellese? Sapevamo che le caratteristiche delle pecore di Biella non erano eccezionali, perché sono pecore che hanno un filo molto grosso, un po' come quelle della Sardegna, però ci abbiamo provato ed è venuto fuori un articolo proprio adoperando le lane che vengono tosate a Miagliano, poi le facciamo filare, facciamo il filo e facciamo un tessuto. È proprio questo tessuto qui. È un tessuto non semplice, molto pesante, con la mano rigida, ma piace. Noi lo vendiamo, è un articolo che vendiamo in Giappone. L'ho venduto a un cliente di Biella, l'ho venduto a clienti milanesi, lo vendiamo, è rigido, quindi da giaccone sportivo, da cappottino, però è una bella storia, un vero articolo chilometri zero da Biella al consumatore finale.
Penso che mio papà sia sicuramente sempre ottimista, ma soprattutto una persona molto appassionata e si dedica molto al suo lavoro.
So many people in the world who do not know what wool is. And I was sure that this was a winner. I remember a few months ago, a young child turned up on a Sunday afternoon with his adopted parents. He was Chinese, I think, but he was been adopted here in Biella. And he said to me, oh yes, I'm that one who came here 4 days ago with the school. But today I wanted to bring my parents with me as well. I thought that's fantastic. He really made my day. He paid my wage, nobody else's. But he really paid my wage that day. Because that was what I want to do. And he was encouraged, and he was telling his parents what wool was. Now, if I was able to ignite that kind of interest in this guy, and I'm just a poor woolman, right, with some strange ideas, without a doubt, but if I can use these strange ideas to communicate to the children, this is how I see. It is not me who's pushing this. The world is pulling us. We are just in at the right moment. This is the main thing. What will happen, I do not know, but the number of people out there who want to know, who need to know, who should be taught is immense. So who's doing it? One Englishman in Biella.